This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Dani, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy and Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, LightBlindedFool, Green Man, Deyvis Ferreira, Margaret, Big C, Bennett Williamson, and Dylan C. In this episode, we are rating and reviewing and recapping Crossroads of Twilight.
Yeah, we're here, we finished the book, and now I guess we have to talk about the book one last time.
Let's do it.
Before we can forget about it.
I am eager to find some positives.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
that's positive for this episode, because I was going through, and it's not my favorite book.
Yeah.
And I would go so far as to say it's my least favorite book.
Least favorite, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to really jump into things, you know, on the rating scale, I'm not a fan. I don't, absolutely hate it. I do like a lot of the intrigue and the political stuff, and it's a lot of the in-between filler plot line to get us to where we need to go from where we were.
Yeah. A lot of world building.
Yeah, I just like to pretend it's part of the collective,
It
right?
was a lot of Aes Sedai building.
Yeah.
This was a very Aes Sedai forward book. We learn a lot about what all of the Aes Sedai are doing in all of the different factions.
Like third, fourth tier, fifth tier Aes Sedai.
We didn't actually learn very much about, what Elaine is doing and what Egwene is doing and what Rand is doing.
Yeah.
And what Perrin and Matt are doing, but we sure found out what the Aes Sedai all around them are doing.
My whole issue with Crossroads is, we don't really start any new plot lines, and we don't really finish any new plot lines. We're just kind of stuck in the middle of all the plot lines. We've got no closure on Elaine, no closure on the Perrin and Faile thing, absolutely no closure on the Rebel Tower versus the White Tower.
Right.
It's just in between, and there's no advancement really for Rand coming off of the cleansing.
That's true.
We don't go anywhere.
No.
But that's okay.
No, we spend more than half of the book in the same day as the cleansing, getting everybody's perception.
Everyone looks over towards Shatter Logoth and whoa.
What's happening over there?
Anyways.
Yeah.
We got ahead of ourselves, though. We
launched right in.
We typically like to start
we have
this.
Something to do.
Yeah, we do. We like to start this off with bad book reviews.
Yeah. And I have a great one to start us off today.
Do you? Okay. Yeah. I'm excited. So where are you getting yours from?
So this one is from Goodreads.
Okay.
And it's from 2016.
All right.
So I think context is important, because if this is being read and reviewed after the series is finished,
sure,
that might feel different than if you're reading the books in order.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
However, this person gave this book 2 stars.
Okay, not terrible. It's not good, but...
But the review starts out with a game.
I like it. I like where this is going.
It's interactive.
Okay.
To help you get through a series that is always setting up future plot movement without a care for current pacing, I have invented the following Wheel of Time drinking game.
Oh, no. Okay.
Now, there's a lot. So it says, take a drink whenever. And it's, I think, 20 points.
Okay, give me some of the highlights.
I'm going to give you a couple.
Yeah.
A character makes a comment generalizing the opposite sex.
All the time. We're already hammered.
Rand's wounds are described in detail.
Oh, no. Now we're dead. We're dead from drinking too much.
A woman sniffs or smooths her skirts. Perrin smells emotions.
Oh, yeah.
Totally out-of-character actions are written off as Ta'Veren influence.
They're good. You could do a lot of stuff with this.
And who could forget... A member of the White Aja says something that is only logical.
Nice. Okay, we get a lot of that this book, too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of White Aja stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that brings this review to its final point. The award for least rewarding plotline definitely goes to Perrin.
Oof. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's off dealing with the prophet of the dragon while hunting for the Shida who have kidnapped Faile. Incidentally, those 3 are in a dead heat for which side character I care about the least. Love it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start us off.
I actually typically don't always agree with these reviews.
Yeah.
And I'm having a hard time here because...
Yeah. No, it's actually kind of funny because when I was reading through these reviews, I'm looking primarily at Amazon.ca.
Right, Canada.
Yeah, the Canada version of that website. Now, the interesting thing about this one is that the reviews are actually pretty well thought out, I felt, because there's some actual criticisms of Crossroads.
Okay.
Sometimes you get the funny ones where they're just like bashing completely. These ones are like, oh, the plot line moved a little slowly, character development, they kind of go on.
I think at this point, though, if you're making it to book 10 of this series,
and still
you're a pretty good fan.
Yeah,
right? So you're not just
I have a good one.
Asshole.
Now, for context, this one was written 12 days ago.
Oh.
Beginning of May, 2023.
Okay.
And it's a 5-star review.
Whoa, I thought this was bad reviews.
Well, just wait. Now, the context that you need to understand, so you may have heard, but Amazon, which is where this review is also producing the Wheel of Time TV show.
Oh, yeah, that's
true.
Okay,
good to know. So if you're posting on Amazon about Wheel of Time, and Amazon is the company producing the Wheel of Time TV show, when you give a 5-star review, you shouldn't start by saying, don't watch the Netflix series, it's crap. So it's pretty solid. The 5 stars are because the books are worth every penny.
Can you respond to that person? Are there responses? Can you reply?
I don't think so.
Hey, bud, just so you know,
I'll click.
Not on Netflix.
I won't click the helpful button to that response.
Yeah. And that's not a review about this book.
Yeah, I mean, he said the books are worth every penny, so...
yeah.
Right? Okay.
All right, I have a 1-star.
Okay. Give it to me.
Okay, so this person clearly reviews these books often because they said, I keep saying that these have no action until the last 10%, but this one missed the last 10% and has 0 action until the very last page. Let me save you some time. Elaine is fussed over because she's pregnant, whines about queen stuff, and Avienda's also there. Min strides around in trousers and threatens Rand with a knife. Rand does a whole lot of nothing.
Rand doesn't do anything in this book.
To talk to voices in his head. Egwene pushes around and reads some paper. Some Aes Sedai in the hall are pretty, some are not. Also, they argue a lot.
That's solid, okay.
Perrin buys some grain and thinks a lot about Faile. Matt attempts to court Tuon, and the dice roll and stop and roll and stop and roll and stop. There, saved you 7 hours.
Solid. I like it.
And also 7 hours. Try 4 months. How long have we been reading this book
Too
for?
long. I'm actually going to steal one from Goodreads.
Okay.
For the last one I want to do.
Okay.
And it's a 1-star also, and it's short, and it's concise, and it's from 2021.
Nice.
This book was worse than Path of Daggers, and I hated Path of Daggers.
Oh my gosh, that was on my list to read too.
Yeah, it's so good. I had to take it for myself.
That's really, really funny.
Yeah, I was telling the Amazon reviews were actually pretty good. Like a lot of 2 and 3 and 4-star reviews, and being honestly critical about the book, but not overly harsh.
Yeah,
one of them was like, "Oh, it's actually better than I expected, considering all the terrible reviews.
Yeah.
It's a little slow,
when
but
your expectations are so low.
Yeah, that
right?
helps. It helps.
It really helps because then you just can't be disappointed.
Exactly.
Yeah, on Audible for the audiobook, this book gets 4.5 stars.
That's pretty solid.
Out of almost 1,000 reviews, and probably because the narration is great. You know what I mean?
That's
that probably helps.
It helps.
But I will throw this book a bone. 5 stars. I loved it so much. Great book. Kept me hooked the whole way through. Can't wait to start the next one. Followed swiftly by 1 star. Absolutely horrible. It was a struggle to listen to at the end.
It really depends on who's reading it here.
Yeah,
so.
and that's really what it comes down to. Because if you're somebody who really likes action and things happening and progression of events...
Hey, I've said it so many times.
Then it's not for you. But if you're somebody who loves politics and just loves exposition...
People being at crossroads in their lives.
Love that.
I love it.
These
so
are
you gotta
the days
love it.
of our lives.
Exactly. All right, so let's get into rating. I've told you how I feel about it, but I want to hear how you feel about it. Rate it in the context of just by itself. You can rate it in the context of all the books we've read so far.
Yep.
Say whatever you're feeling right now.
Okay, I think as a standalone book, I'm gonna give it, if I were to rate it, I would probably also give it like 2 stars.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like super harsh.
Yeah.
I did find some of it entertaining, and it didn't make us quit the podcast and get divorced.
That's true. No, well, there's still time. There's still like an hour left on this recording. We'll see how this goes.
Right. Okay. Well, so I am gonna say, 2 stars on that.
Cool. Okay.
Not the worst. But in terms of books in the series so far, it's the worst.
Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, worse than
New Spring? I was going to say, we're not going to talk about New Spring until after this book.
We're not talking about New Spring.
Worse than, or?
Oh, tied.
Tied for worse.
Last place.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just for strictly boring level.
Yeah.
So, if you're new around here, or you've missed when I've talked about what I enjoy in a book and what I don't, I am really into books that I have a difficult time predicting.
Yeah.
I like when things are super interesting and pretty fast moving, and when I'm excited to turn the page to find out what's going to happen next, like when I'm really hooked, like when I can't wait to start reading again. That's what does it for me with a book.
For sure.
No matter what genre, honestly. Yeah. And I would say that New Spring and Crossroads lack all of those elements for me.
I get it. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's okay.
And then the other, I do have Lord of Chaos pretty far down on my list. Like, I didn't care for it very much. But it was still unpredictable and exciting. Like, shit happened, And plot was certainly furthered. Whereas here, I'm not so sure very much plot was furthered.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
We're in the middle of everything. That's okay. We're going to talk about individual plot lines. So I listened back to our Winter's Heart book recap because we talked a little bit about what your expectations were, Crossroads were going into it.
Yeah.
Like before we actually start.
What did I say?
I got a couple of the highlights. I didn't take down everything because you were kind of a little bit wishy-washy about what you were thinking was going to happen. Mm-hmm. But a couple of my highlights were this. So keeping in mind, we just came off the cleansing event.
That's right.
Huge impact, very exciting, and the funniest thing that I was hoping you were going to get some closure on was what happened to Moghedien in the giant whirlwind tornado of doom that happened. Did she get blown away? Did she not? Did she get sucked into a hurricane or something? We don't know. The
only Forsaken, I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the only Forsaken we really even heard anything about was Masana.
Yeah, who didn't show up to the meeting and didn't show up to the cleansing.
She definitely got some stuff, but we didn't even hear. We got some stuff of what was coming to her.
Some torture and
she did
assault and
some things happened.
Yeah, cool.
But the rest of them.
Yeah.
Radio silence.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Also, in part because half of the book, maybe 3/4 of the book, was literally the day, like days before the cleansing, and then the cleansing day, and then slightly after. So there was not a lot of time for what happens after the cleansing, because most of this book took place before or during.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit tough. That was one of the things I was hoping you could put a pin in, but I don't know. Now, we did talk a little bit about whether or not the cleansing worked.
Right, yes.
And
we really didn't get any perspectives really from any other male channelers.
We got to see Perrin looking at his Ashaman being like, oh, why are they so happy?
Right,
It's crazy.
And I'm also a little bit skeptical of that whole situation too.
Totally. We did get a little bit of Rand, but we didn't really get a lot of him thinking, oh, this is fantastic now. Like, we got a touch.
No,
got
he's
a taste.
got so much going on.
He's got problems.
That wasn't even at the top of his list.
Yeah. Now, do you remember what your prediction was for how the cleansing is going to affect the male channelers' craziness, their level of insanity? Like, it will
cure their craziness over time, right? Is that what I said?
You said a lot of things.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, the first one that I kind of want to happen is that it's like smoking, where you quit smoking and then your lungs can go back to being healthy again over time, right? You're not stuck at your current level of unhealthy lungs.
Yeah, that's basically what you said.
That was my idea. But then also, it seems kind of fitting for this series that you're just kind of stuck at the level of crazy that you stopped channeling the taint at.
And it's like the future generations will be better, but sorry, man, if you're already crazy.
Yes. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Okay. That's basically where you landed, and we didn't get a lot of closure on that in this book either. But I will give you a gold star, because last book at the end, you said that, yes, Lanfear came back. However, your prediction was Moraine was not going to be back in this book.
No.
And you're right.
Yeah, I feel like I was a little bit influenced by the crowd.
Oh, it would be a better book if she came back?
For sure.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
You know, at least for me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not really a secret.
Yeah.
That the fandom kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And are really, really mean to this book. And aren't shy about shouting it. And it's not hidden from new readers very well.
For sure. For sure.
So I did have an inkling that people didn't care for this book.
Yeah.
Especially the word slog being thrown out often.
I really don't like the fact that so often I see posts from new readers who are going to start the book, and then they're like, should I read this series? Because I hear so much negativity about book 10. Yeah. And it's like, man, why are you worried about 10 books from now? Like, see if you can get through the first 9 and then worry about book 10, which is like the shortest book anyways. Yeah. You can power through it in like a week if you really want to.
Yeah, unless you're me.
Unless you're you and you have other restrictions. So that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Anyway, no, I think I made that prediction because I was like, there's no way people would hate book 10 if Moraine comes back in book 10.
Fair, totally
fair. For my
fair.
own selfishness.
You did predict that she's coming back next book.
Did I say book 11?
You said last time you said Knife of Dreams is when Moraine returns.
Okay.
Don't you forget it. Also, you said something pretty offensive. You said, I don't care at all about Loyal's mission with the Waygates.
Oh, yeah.
And we got Loyal coming back this book.
And you know who else doesn't care about Loyal's mission with the Waygates?
Rand.
Rand also doesn't care.
Also, everyone who knows Loyal. No one cares.
Nobody cares.
No one seems to care.
Even the Ogier.
Yeah.
Who are responsible for this task.
Yeah, it's like 50-50, man.
Care.
Like, don't care. Okay. And you were interested about Perrin and Faile, but you didn't have a lot to add to it, so...
Well, neither did RJ this book, so...
Maybe we'll get resolution. That was good. That was good. I'm here for it. Okay, so let's get into some of the major plot lines here. And I want to start us at the prologue, because in my opinion... Crossroads actually has a pretty strong start. Yeah. You had like 100-page prologue. You had a bunch of different perspectives, a bunch of people you hadn't really heard a lot from, and it really sets the pace because we have, you know, the great captain Ideralda. He's up in Eridomen wanting to fight the Shanshan. A lot of setup for that. Yeah, like, hey, what are we gonna do?
Mention of like how Grandel was really meddling and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. Then we have Valda, who's escaped the Shanshan invasion with a bunch of White Cloaks, and they're doing something. Not really useful stuff because they're White Cloaks, but like, hey, they're there. But then we get no follow-up on that. We had Logain, who wanted to go out on his recruiting missions, but then we do get some follow-up on that. Yes. Where he shows up in Kyrie, and we can talk about...
that's true.
Yeah.
People talk about no plot lines.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving forward, Logain's did.
Right. We had Gawain also.
I just need to jot down some of the good.
Okay.
Because we are going to have to talk to Mad Hatch.
Yeah, on the Dusty Wheel. And you're going to have to say something positive. Anyways, we also had Gawain. We got a little intro from him hanging out around Tarvalin and realizing he didn't go to Elaine in Camelin, where he should be. Yeah. But he's somewhere doing something right now.
Yeah.
And then we had two pretty big plot lines. We had Bashir's wife get attacked and almost murdered because there were some dark friends looking for something. And then we had Dobrain, who was almost murdered because there was the dark friends looking for something.
Right.
And that's when Loyal shows up in Kyrian too. So we had like a pretty good, solid prologue to this book.
We also, in the prologue, got all of the stuff about the Black Aja hunters.
Yeah. The hunt was like underway, sort of, I guess.
Yeah, it was super interesting.
Yeah. And then we didn't really get any...
No.
We didn't get anywhere.
No,
which is the tough part.
I predicted in our very first episode for this book... See, I'm going back to my notebook.
Yeah, I can see it. There's like a lot of... You actually took a lot of notes.
I did a lot, okay?
Yeah.
Can I tell you that there are 92 unique Aes Sedai names in this notebook from this book?
That's a lot. Wow. Okay.
Yep. Want me to read them all out to you right now? Because it'll be as interesting as this whole book. No, just kidding.
Boom. Saved you 7 hours.
Okay, anyway, my prediction was that Alviarin was going to be caught by the Black Aja hunters.
Okay, well, she certainly thought she was.
Yeah.
She did have a bit of a freak out. We can talk about her.
Yeah.
You want to talk about her first?
Okay.
Let's talk about Alviarin. Let's start it off.
Sure.
So, she's been hanging out. She's been doing stuff.
Yeah.
She took a trip around the world, it seems.
Yes.
She went to, like, Shadow Logoth, it seemed. She went to Tremalking, it seemed.
Right.
She did a whole bunch of stuff.
She went all over.
She comes back to the tower and finds out that Elida has booted her out of her keeper position.
Yep.
Holy moly. How do you feel about that move by Elida? How do you feel about Elida in general right now?
Okay. Good and bad.
I know this was supposed to be Alviarin, but like, let's
talk. But not
talk.
good.
Yeah.
But also not bad.
Okay.
Because it's one of those questions of who am I rooting for more in the moment.
Sure.
Right? Because when Alviarin had the upper hand and I was like, ooh, yeah, get him. Get Elida. She sucks right now. That felt kind of good.
Yeah.
Even though Alviarin's dark friend, whatever.
I get it.
Black
She's
Aja,
evil.
whatever. But that was like, yeah, put Elida in her spot. She sucks. But then now, Elida has the upper hand and is putting Alviarin in her spot, and that also feels good.
Okay.
Yeah, my prediction about the negotiations going well for the rebel side, because I thought that they really don't like Elida, and they were actually just going to be like, yeah, okay, let's pull her down.
Yeah, like, well, we can oust her. That's fine.
It didn't quite go that way.
No.
Turns out.
No, and the last page of this book really messes with the future predictions.
Does, yeah.
Let's not talk about that yet, because let's do that once we talk about Egwene.
Okay.
But just for coming back to Alviarin, so the way that little plot line ended up, she was freaking out because she thought that Elida had caught her and had evidence that she's Black Aja. So she paged Masana, basically, to be like, hey, I'm caught, I need to escape or whatever, I need help. And Masana was like, no, you're not, you're stupid. And then that's when Shadowhuran pops in to punish Masana, and then he marks Alviarin and is like, hey, you basically work for me now or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we left Alviarin and Masana, especially with that moment of realization where Alviarin was like, oh my goodness, I saw her real face.
Yeah.
Like Masana's real face.
Oh, yeah. And let me tell you.
Doesn't recognize. Like, no idea.
Wildly disappointing.
Yeah.
That was for me as a reader.
Yeah, fits really well into the box of Crossroads of Twilight.
Just give me something.
My expectations are so low, and yet I am still disappointed.
Oh. Just give me this one thing.
Yeah.
We've been wondering about this for books now.
Uh-huh.
Multiple books.
Yep.
You can reveal this to me.
Nope.
You can reveal who Masana is masquerading as.
Super secret.
That would actually have been really good, this book, I think.
Yeah. So Alviarin is ousted as keeper, but it doesn't seem like she's out of the tower. And where do we go from here? It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just for Alviarin. We can talk about Elida's plan.
But I do have to say that everything going on with Alviarin and the Black Aja hunters was probably some of my favorite stuff that happened in this book.
Yeah, there was a lot of, like, they get really close to figuring out what's happening.
I really liked this chapter, actually. When Alviarin comes back and she's, like, hustling through and people are like, oh, so sorry for you.
It's going to be a bad day for you. Okay, yeah.
And that was really interesting and I liked it.
Yeah.
It was something different, finally, right? So...
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, keeping on the White Tower stuff, we might as well do that now.
Sure.
Let's talk about Egwene's plotline in this book.
Okay.
Because we don't have a ton of advancement. We have negotiations are starting with the White Tower.
Right.
We've got Egwene's secret, but not so secret, Quendiar making after-school club, or whatever you want to call it. Potentially selling lots of Quendiar stuff to make some money.
Yep.
That was what you were thinking for the most part, up until up until you realize it's not the plan. The plan was to make Quendiar chains across the harbors.
Yep.
We had the Shatter Logoth Aes Sedai group coming back to the rebel camp, and we spent, I think, 2 chapters on the fact that they're like, whoa, Shatter Logoth is gone, man. And then the sisters were like, crazy, don't care. That summarizes that. Egwene has a dream about the Shanshan attacking the White Tower.
Yep.
And then Anaya gets murdered. And then Karen gets murdered.
Karen gets murdered.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So.
And Halima is Halima-ing around.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing, actually. We did see Halima during the cleansing, and it seems like Halima is still with Egwene.
Yeah.
We just didn't physically see her that one, like in the last chapter that we saw.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm still just disappointed that Egwene hasn't become suspicious of her yet.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody around her doesn't like Halima and is suspicious of Halima.
Well, I mean, Chessa's got the best head on her shoulders.
I know. I need Chessa to solve the murder mystery. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow.
You know, I could see that. I could see her doing that.
Yeah. We just need Egwene to just, like, old school, accidentally overhear a conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Like a Delana Halima conversation in the woods. Mm-hmm. And Egwene is out where she's not supposed to be.
You need more spies.
And she, like, overhears. But not even. It needs to be Egwene. Because Egwene is the compelled one.
Yeah.
Right? So she needs to, like, see it and know it. To be able to fight the compulsion, I think.
I guess so.
But that's going to be very tricky for Egwene right now.
We're also assuming she's being compelled on some level.
Considering her current situation.
Yeah, no, it does. None of it actually matters anymore. So we get so many like side little plots in the rebel camp that are inconsequential because of the final scene. And that's when she goes to turn the harbor chains into Quendiar, and then she essentially gets kidnapped, and now we end this book with her being taken by Aes Sedai in the tower.
Which is the most disappointing thing in the entire book.
She's taken, she's fork-rooted, so she can't channel her way out of this one.
Awful.
She is 100%, like, she is captured.
Awful. It's so awful. And it's not just awful because, oh no, Egwene, the Amerlin seat for the rebel camp, has been taken by clearly people who are against her. Mm-hmm. But also awful for me as a reader because I'm rooting for these characters and they're not winning. Yeah. And that's hard. It's hard when your team is not winning. Okay. Ever.
Couple questions.
At all.
Okay.
Ever.
So we did technically end this book with us seeing her being taken, from what it looks like.
Yes.
We don't see her, like, in front of Elida. We don't
Not
see
yet.
her, like, in front of some sort of, like, Alviar and Dark Friendery stuff.
Not
we
yet.
just see her being taken. So what do you think the fate for Egwene is at this point? Is
Not good.
Is this, like, a double...
No, I said it last time and I'll say it again. She's now in this situation, yet again, where somebody else is going to have to save her from it.
Well, I was going to say, is it like a double fake-out situation where it's like, oh, she's not actually taken by the bad guys within the tower. It's actually within, like, a rebel group of more rebels
Absolutely
within the tower. No.
No.
Okay, just not that hopeful?
No.
Okay.
Not even remotely. No. Okay. But if there is anything that I do hope for Egwene here, it's that she escapes on her own.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she can somehow get out of this by either making a deal with somebody who's there or, you know, like using her cunning and her skill and her ambitious nature.
Maybe not like brute force channeling your way out or something crazy.
That too. All of it. All of it.
Okay, you'll take anything at this point.
I'll take anything at this point.
Just not having to be saved.
Not having to be saved.
Where's Matt? What's Matt doing? Let's get Matt in here.
Oh, jeez, no.
Right?
No. No. If anything, I want Matt to be captured and I want him to have to be rescued.
Okay.
It's always...
He's too lucky. He can't. It doesn't even work that way. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No,
so it's not looking hopeful.
No.
Do you see? Okay. If and when that escape or something happens, are we getting some sort of resolution to that in the next book? Knife of Dreams. Here we go. We're coming up on the end of the series here. Like, there's not a heck of a lot of time left.
I know, that's true, too. I'd say we're definitely going to find out who took her.
Okay.
And we're going to learn about her situation further.
Okay. Are we getting some sort of, like, ending to this whole rebel camp versus the White Tower?
Oh, God. Is there some
reunification in the future?
I really hope so. That would be nice.
I didn't ask what you're hoping for.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, reunification.
Yes.
Under the co-manager positions of Elida and Egwene.
Right,
They're co-managers.
Right. No.
They will work
that,
together.
Like, no matter what, Egwene is going to be the Amerlin, and Elida is going to get her due. Because I'm still hopeful that we're gonna get a win.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, before we move on from Egwene, I do have to say that I have picked my favorite chapter.
Oh, you did? Okay.
For this book, and I typically don't do that.
Yeah, this is new.
But there weren't very many standouts, because for me, with these books, typically there are a lot of chapters that I enjoy.
For
and
sure.
It's hard for me to really pick a standout. But for me, this book, the standout chapter was Surprises. Chapter 19,
okay.
With Egwene and the Rebel Hall meeting in their little tent about the group that comes back from the Shatter Logoth scene.
Yeah, okay.
That's how it starts out.
Yeah.
And it ends with these Aes Sedai so up in arms, screaming, crazy, frantic, Sheriam's crying.
Right.
Some are in like a fist fight.
Some breakdowns, yep.
Huge breakdowns. People are screaming and crying. All over negotiating or working with the Black Tower.
Yeah.
And Egwene, the entire time, just sits there. It's
solid.
Super, super solid.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. And I think what I really like at the end is that there is no super set plan about what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think I was just happy with that chapter because it kind of ended the way I wanted it to, with like, yeah, we probably should align with the Black Tower. Now, in the next couple chapters, I'm extremely disappointed and let down that Egwene isn't using her connections with Elaine and Rand and anybody who could actually help her here.
That would be nice.
Because that's where I thought maybe this would go. That's why it was exciting to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's super focused on that one thing, which is the war effort. Understandably. And that all goes down the drain, so that's fine.
It's all
doesn't matter.
It's all a thing. But that chapter,
yeah, it was a good one.
Was really fun.
We had a whole breakdown of like which Aes Sedai were associated with which affiliate. Like we did a whole thing too.
I know.
That was a good chapter. Good pick. Good pick.
Thanks.
All right.
I think we should take a quick break and then come on back to continue.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, here we are. We're back.
Yeah, let's move on to your favorite character.
Matt.
Let's talk about Matt.
Oh, okay.
Matt.
Okay. Never mind.
Matt sort of does some things.
Yes.
Were you arguing that Matt may not be your favorite character?
No, I thought you were being facetious, and I thought you were going to say Perrin.
Oh no! I would never do that. Okay, Matt. So here we are. We started the book with Matt actually escaping or having escaped Abu Dar. Mm-hmm. We got the big cliffhanger in Winter's Heart where it's like, oh, we're escaping and then we're going to kidnap the daughter of the Nine Moons and then we're going to start to leave, but we don't actually see them leaving.
That was what I was going to talk about because that was wildly disappointing.
For sure.
To see that off scene.
Yeah. Because we get in and we see that they did escape and it's been like a little while and they're hanging out with Val and Luca at a circus.
That's what they do the entire book.
Well, okay. Yes, you're technically correct. There was a short moment where he wasn't with the circus and he went to go kill Rena.
That was literally the best moment of the whole book.
Wait. What about the shopping for the silks and the fabrics that happened right before that? You're going to look at me and tell me that wasn't interesting? Ghosts on the road wasn't cool enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, a lot of people see ghosts this book.
Yeah.
Elaine and Perrin and Matt. Everybody sees ghosts.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, we find out some information. Mm-hmm. So there were some things. Matt's whole helping the Sea Folk escape thing seemed to actually work okay. A lot of people died.
Well, okay. It depends what you mean by okay.
I bet that the Sea Folk would agree with me that it actually went pretty good. Because I bet that they would rather die trying to escape than live in captivity.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it went pretty well. Matt's having some hard feelings about it, and I understand that.
Yes.
But he also understands, like, hey, you have to do something, and that's what he had to do.
Yep.
So things went okay.
Yeah. Well, in episode 3 of this book, I said, Matt will want to take these Aes Sedai to the tower.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe we would, get there.
Oh.
Wrong.
Oh.
I also said in episode 4, Tuon will maybe be influenced by Egwene and crew about the Suldam and Damani situation and change her ways.
And I see how you spelled Egwene. That's not right. That's okay.
It's shorthand. It's notes.
Okay.
It's EGEAN.
Yeah.
Dot. Like, wasn't going to do the whole thing.
Okay, anyways.
That takes so long to write every time
No,
I
that's
write
good.
her name.
I do appreciate the fact that the exact opposite
Egwene.
happened because Tuon demoted Egwene from the blood and he's like, actually, here's her new name, idiot.
Yeah.
What's her new name? Do you remember?
Lilywin.
Lilywin what? She doesn't even have...
Shade Dancer.
She doesn't even have a boat.
Shipless.
Yeah, because she doesn't even have a ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
anyway, so maybe that will still actually happen. Especially now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think Tuon's still going to be influenced by the whole... Actually, your whole society is...
Yes, especially because of the bomb that Egwene just dropped in the last scene that we really had with them.
Okay, when she's like, hey, all the Suldam can actually learn how to
I still want that to happen,
For sure.
so I'm still on board with it.
We have to give it time. Right? That's one of those like, oh, you got to plant the seed, let it grow into a flower.
Time. This is a time one. This is the slow play.
You know what we also learned this book in the Matt plotline arc? Tylan got murdered horribly.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly by the Golem.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do learn that in this book.
Wasn't great.
No, but that was right off of you saying, I hope she dies.
She gets murdered.
Yeah, I hope she gets murdered. So that did come true.
That did.
I think you get at least a half a star for Tylan being murdered.
For sure. I just didn't want it to happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be more careful about what I say out loud.
Apparently, it comes true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. We had Matt finding out that last book he completed half the Shanshan marriage ceremony by declaring, that's my wife,
That's
3
right.
times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we did have somebody write into us.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that now?
No, it's for later.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's an email waiting for them.
Okay.
And if they're listening to this, well, you can read the email, I guess. I don't know.
Are we going to talk about it another time?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the Shanshan marriage ceremony stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. I got fun facts prepared. Yeah,
cool.
It's good.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
Already asked permission to steal that information, so.
Excellent.
It's good.
Yes. So, Matt plotline was probably the best one. And only because Renna died.
Okay. He starts courting Tuon. He does try to start dating her in the midst of him being in this weird made-up story that he also made. Like a crazy, elaborate...
Lilywin.
Yeah, he's dating Lilywin, who's like an escaped, abused wife of a Shanshan noble lord or something. Like, it's such a complex
Especially because everybody in the circus knows Matt, and also for sure knows that this is a lie.
And, like, nobody's playing their parts.
No.
It's just terrible. Like,
It's
why
so
are we
dumb.
doing this?
No, it's so bad.
Yeah. Like, maybe make up a story to, like, get out of Abu Dar and have that in your pocket in case you need to use it. But, like, you don't need to stick to it in the circus, guys. Like, they're on board for you not getting caught.
Yeah.
Because if you get caught, they all die anyways.
Yeah.
So they're going to help you.
Yeah. But that's really it. That's all that happened.
Yeah. There was one more little side Shanshan plot where we had Kharid, who's that Death Watch guard guy.
Ooh, yeah.
We saw him, like, in this big plot, leaving Abu Dar.
Oh, yeah. And
on a big, giant mission.
And then we didn't see anything even remotely that might
Yeah.
show us where he is in
that's the
relation
thing.
to where our group is. Like, we didn't even get any resolution on that at all.
Because his group was saying, oh, we gotta move because they could be far away by now. But we know that Matt was just hanging out in the circus right near, like, a couple miles away. But also...
But any kind of follow-up on that would have been kind of nice.
And the funny part is that he was working on under the assumption that Tom Marilyn is the master 007-style spy sent
really
by
funny.
the White Tower to kidnap and extract Tuon from Shanshan territory.
I know.
So Tom Marilyn has to be on guard.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe
if they ever get caught. So who knows?
All right, what's next?
The only other people who really had a big plot line, well, I guess Elaine, but Perrin and Faile, you want to talk about them next?
Sure.
Okay. I was going to say, because nothing really happens with any of these people.
I did like to see Faile with the Shido. I liked that recap. I liked seeing that they were sort of working with Galena, trying to get the Oath Rod.
Well, I mean, Galena was threatening them to say, I'm going to expose you.
Absolutely. No, I get that. No, but I like to see that dynamic. I like to see it play out.
Yeah, that was good. That was actually very interesting.
I mean, not good. None of this is good, right?
Sure. Yeah, we get it. It's interesting, though.
Yeah, it's to read about. It's like, oh, things are happening. And we get some information about what our characters are doing and how they're impacted. And that's cool. And then 0 follow-up.
Yeah.
And then Perrin...
Well, and the whole thing is, like, not yet. Because Faile had the Galena side of things, but then she was also being threatened by Thurava because she has to spy on Savannah for Thurava, who hates Savannah. And then Savannah's just generally an asshole.
Yeah.
So, and then she has the whole Roland plotline, too.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the big Aiel man. So, who wants to maybe be in a temporary relationship with Faile because what happens in the Shadow Camp stays in the Shadow Camp.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah. So, yeah. Liked seeing that. Disappointed there's no follow-up.
Yes. Yet.
Yeah. Yet. That is what I'm disappointed about. Okay, and then with the amount of Perrin we get, it feels like a lot.
An eternity.
It feels...
He's looking for Faile.
But let me tell you about something positive that's happening in the Perrin perspectives.
The Darkhounds didn't attack them.
Oh yeah, that's good
right?
for them.
That was the positive thing.
That is good for them.
Okay, yeah.
But what I was going to say was that Elaine seems to have calmed down.
Okay.
I like her a touch more.
Yeah, okay.
Than I did before.
Yeah, it's funny. If you look at, like, the high-level view of that, it's like she's being aggressive and pursuing Perrin, and she's fanning the flames on the rumors.
Basically to piss Faile off.
Yeah, and it's like, ooh, maybe have an affair. But then Perrin literally stops taking care of himself. He starts sleeping under wagons. He stops eating. He stops bathing. He stops shaving. He stops doing anything to maintain a lordly appearance. And he's the guy holding together like 17 different bands of people right now. And she's like, okay, I got to get this guy back on track. And, like, I'm going to pump the brakes on the whole affair thing and get this guy functional again as a human.
Yeah.
Because he's doing bad.
I know. Which actually, when you describe it that way, I hate how she can just, like, turn it off and on. That's terrible. I don't like that.
It's political maneuvering.
Back to hating her.
Political maneuvering.
Back to not liking it at all.
That's why I love her. It's political maneuvering.
Ugh.
She's doing what she has to do to secure Mayenne's future.
Yeah, that's fine. I still just don't like it.
Fine.
I cannot like things in this book series.
No, you're not allowed to. Okay. How much do you want to talk about the Weevils? How much do you want to talk about the ghosts?
Oh, more. I want to talk about the ghosts. I don't want to talk about dumb, stupid bugs. Who cares?
I don't know. Maybe
Except for that they're evil.
Maybe they're connected. Ooh.
I don't know. Maybe, though. Maybe.
Yeah.
There seem to be a lot of Weevils when there really shouldn't be.
Yeah, right?
Are the Weevils also spies?
Spies for the Dark One.
Yeah, you eat them, and then now they're inside, and they're dark, evil Weevils.
Right, they can see.
They can track you.
And it's like, hey man,
send messages back to the Dark One.
You're eating a lot of meat and not drinking a lot of water. You're pretty backed up in here.
No.
Hey, Perrin, you got to take care of yourself, man.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know. So dumb. It's so dumb.
No, that was a bad prediction. I don't know.
No, so stupid. Okay, but the ghosts are kind of interesting, and I've said it before, but here's my final stance on it.
Yeah.
I either want to, A, never hear about the ghosts again.
Yeah, okay.
Or B, hear about them in full force
Something
and have
really
it
cool.
actually make a difference and be a thing.
Okay, cool.
I don't want it to just be a side note about people seeing ghosts here and there and it never coming to anything interesting.
Anything more than just boring ghosts.
You know what? Also, on that exact same train of thought, the stupid colors, whirlpool of colors.
Sure.
With the three boys.
Yep.
Could that turn into something, please? Because...
What more do you want? They can see each other when they think of each other.
Yeah, but, like, better or more than that?
Do you want more than that?
100%
What else do you want?
I want more than that.
I'm just trying to...
It feels like it should be super important. And it feels like every time this happens, it should be acknowledged. But instead, they're like, oh, get out of here, Rand.
Yeah. I'm having a hard time moving past the ghost thing because now I'm just imagining you in like some sort of ghost horror movie where instead of being spooked out by the ghost, you'd be like, "Hey, ghost, either do something interesting or like bugger off, get out. I don't care. If you're not gonna literally murder me, then go away. I'm not having it.
Stop like moving.
Stop just like
furniture.
moving stuff. Stop showing up out of the walls. If you're not gonna be interesting, leave." It could be like a ghost hunter. Be like, "Don't worry, these are boring," and you just like shame the ghosts into leaving to go hunt someone else. Yeah,
all they're doing is just walking around. They're
not even doing anything.
Getting in Matt's way on the sidewalk,
but not even actually. Just like it makes them think they're in the way. Ah, well, okay.
Yeah, he had to jump around them.
He did. Okay, so with Perrin, there's things. He also does the whole chop off your hand. And where's my wife?
Right, chop off your hand.
Tell me where my wife is. And they're like, I actually don't know who your wife is, man. Because you're like, hey, she's the most attractive woman
You'll
know.
You'll know.
Turns out.
She's the hottest one there.
Turns out they don't know.
Yeah.
So, and he left his axe in the forest, allegedly.
I know.
Okay. So that's a pretty, like, it's a pretty big scene.
The hand
thing, the axe thing. People get excited about
It's pretty visceral.
Sure. I feel like you were underwhelmed. Yeah.
For me, no. But for other people, I can see yes. Because I have trouble sometimes with the visualization piece.
Yeah.
And I can read about way worse things than I can watch.
For sure.
So if there's a scene in the show where a hand gets chopped off, like, and we actually like see it, or if someone's getting cut, or if whatever, I look away, like I cover my eyes, I can't see it.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing things, but I can read about this kind of stuff all day long because I have difficulty with visualizing.
Basically make up your own story as you go.
But I think that my difficulties with visualizing what I read also makes me misunderstand a lot of things that are happening in the books.
Yes, that's true.
So,
Usually in a very funny fashion.
Yeah.
We did get like a little bit of a cliffhanger with the Perrin plotline too, because his whole thing this book is like, how do I get to my wife? And there's a lot of Shido, and they've got a lot of channelers, and they're hunkered down, and I don't have enough people to do this.
Right.
And then who shows up but Talonvor, who's been doing a bad job of keeping up. But it turns out that Talonvor has some Shanshan buddies, and he's like, hey, there's a bunch of Shanshan to help out. I don't want this. Well, now we got Rand making deals with the Shanshan.
I know.
We got Perrin making deals with the Shanshan.
I know.
Matt's freaking trying to marry one. Shanshan. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah. Don't like it.
Don't like it.
Not for it. So not only is there very little intrigue.
Okay.
But with the stuff that is happening, I'm not really on board with.
Yeah.
So, also, like, double bad.
But what else are you going to do?
F-.
What are you going to do in this situation to get your wife back? That's not a guy shine, that's my wife.
Yeah. If this was all happening, like, way faster and this could come to some kind of resolution a little bit faster, maybe.
That'd be nice.
But the way we're reading and stopping and analyzing and thinking and analyzing and stopping, and it makes for this being a very terrible situation.
Yeah, I understand that.
Don't like it.
I get it.
Not for it.
Okay. And that's kind of where we end with the whole Perrin thing.
Yeah.
We know where Faile is.
Yeah.
But we can't get to her. Yeah. We don't know where she is in town.
It took us a while to even get to where she was because our methods were terrible.
Yep. Massima's doing some backdoor dealings with the Shanshan, maybe.
Ugh. Yeah, Massima.
Massima's generally terrible, kind of crazy, might want to murder Perrin and Elaine. Aram's not having a very good time.
No, Aram is on my suspicious list twice by accident.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize he was on it once, and I wrote him again.
Suspicious in the sense of, like, something bad is going to happen?
Bad.
Yeah, okay.
Here, let me show you.
Yeah.
See, look, I have Aram suspicious always, but then I also have Shady Aram written down here.
Yeah.
And then elsewhere in my notes, I have Aram equals bad. Just always.
Yeah. It's good predictions right here.
Yeah.
Solid.
Hey, do you remember when I said that the growing packs of Darkhounds might be Slayer?
Yeah.
Can't Slayer make Darkhounds out of wolves?
I mean...
potentially? That was what I said, right?
It's like a potential, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a potential thing, like maybe we should be aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, one thing I did want to ask you, for hopefully we get some sort of resolution to the Perrin and Faile plotline at some point.
Right.
How does that end? I'll give you some options, you can say whatever you want to.
Okay.
Is it like a Perrin rescues Faile situation? Is it a Faile rescues herself situation? Is it a Roland rescues Faile, rescues herself? Does Galena somehow get them all out of this situation? What is the top contender for how the heck is this finalizing itself?
Okay, so the most satisfying will be that the Shido are attacked. Whether it's by parents' forces or, like, with the Shanchan or whatever, if the Shido can get wiped out, that would be cool. I'm done with the Shido.
Okay, that's
so
okay.
If
okay.
Faile can escape because there's like an attack on the Shido, whether it's Perrin and his crew or just something else completely.
Somebody.
Yeah, like
bears, thousands of them.
Well, can Rand just gateway in and just like lightning them and like leave?
Well, hypothetically, yeah. I mean, but there's also 400.
Yeah, because in
channelers.
My Winter's Heart recap, I wrote the Shido plot is dumb and unnecessary. And I'm still feeling the exact same way.
Really felt that from
I really think that the best case scenario is Faile gets to escape when the Shido are being just taken out.
Massacred somehow. So
yes.
you're looking for the mass destruction of the Shido.
Well, I'm still actually kind of looking for Rand to be able to kill Galena.
Oh, yeah, as kind of like payback or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Will he be able to, though, you know?
Oh, yeah. No, maybe. Probably not.
Ugh, gross.
Well, he could, and then she just goes on the list, right?
Yep.
Seems like a pretty good loophole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I can kill women. I just have a list of all their names.
Easy.
It doesn't sound better.
It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, but no, that's it for me.
Cool.
On all of that.
Okay. Elaine.
Yeah.
Elaine's pregnant, didn't you know?
Mm-hmm.
And there's ghosts.
A lot of questionable
His
advice.
grandmother ghosts.
Oh, yeah, I know. That was stupid. Yeah. Oh, just one, though. Just one hanging around.
Just one old, angry grandmother
in one random
ghost.
place in Camelin, but...
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so all of the questionable pregnancy advice, too, right?
Yeah. Annoying.
Oh, annoying, yeah.
Yep.
Annoying and also relatable and relevant, so...
Yeah, pretty accurate then, actually.
Yes,
okay.
actually. But I did mention during this book about how maybe Elaine shouldn't even be queen.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, like, why are we wanting her to be queen so bad? Just because?
Well, because her mother was queen.
Yeah.
Isn't that how queens work? Most of the time, it's like,
it
hey...
is, yeah. But she's, like, fighting pretty hard for this thing, and...
Do we actually want it?
Do we actually, like... Yeah. Is she actually the best option here?
Well...
Anyway.
Well, I mean, is the alternative Arimella? Because I don't know if she's the better option at this point.
Well, no. And I actually forgot that all of that happened.
Yeah, well, I mean, you say all of that happened, but not a lot of all of it happened. We had David Hanlon doing a little bit of shenanigans. Foolery.
Yep.
We had a renegotiation of the bargain with the Sea Folk, because the Sea Folk have to leave, because they have to pick a new mistress of the ships, because that is, that election or whatever you want to call it is happening.
Yeah.
And then we had Elaine meeting with some of the houses. Like, we didn't get a lot of advancement on, like, where are we going with this?
and they're all, like, the heads of the houses are all young.
And,
And then we got to see into the camp, though.
Of Arimella.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, and she's doing some sort of backdoor dealings with the Lady Cheyenne, who's a known dark friend to us. And Hanlon's kind of hanging around waiting for a chance to be evil.
Yeah.
Or something.
He's, like, eviling around.
We just don't have a lot of advancement into
that.
Exactly. Is Elaine going to be queen plotline?
Yeah, but we certainly know she's pregnant.
She is, with twins.
Yeah.
With twins.
I
think at some point this book...
Avienda is there. That's what that review said. Remember?
Right. Okay.
Avienda's there.
Yes. You, at some point during this book, made the prediction that you think that Matt should go to Elaine and be like her general or whatever.
Yes,
because Brigitte doesn't want that job.
No.
Gawain's not showing up anytime soon.
My problem...
That'd be a good role for him.
Yeah, because my problem with Matt is he's kind of lost.
He's very lost.
He doesn't have any purpose.
No purpose, no direction. Where are we going? What are we, like, escorting 3 Aes Sedai who don't even like you to Tar Valon? Like, what's happening?
Yeah, I don't even really know if that's his plan. Like, right now, it's like, escape and don't get caught.
Yeah.
But then...
Hang out in the circus.
What? But then what?
You become a circus folk, and then you...
Forever. That's your life.
Live off the profits there.
Maybe you don't even need a purpose.
There you go. Live in the circus with them. It's actually not bad.
I really
it's a pretty successful circus.
Feel like Matt needs a purpose.
More than circus life?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You sound judgmental here. Yeah. Against circus folk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just mostly about everybody and everything.
Yeah, that's
judgmental
fine.
About everyone.
Okay. That's everything that happened with Elaine. This book. Okay.
Yep. Makes sense to me. And it was a lot of chapters. It was dragged out.
Yeah.
All in a row.
Rand.
Oh yeah.
He's not dead.
Not dead.
He's making a truce with the Shanshan.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That was all.
I mostly liked hearing from Cadsuane. And I liked hearing about Nynaeve. She's alive.
Yeah.
She's hanging out with Lan, who's fighting and beating
up a bunch of people. Yeah.
Ashaman.
Cool. Mm-hmm. With the sword.
Yes.
It works. Lan's the best.
Mm-hmm. And really what we get is just an overarching theme that all of the Aes Sedai everywhere are more aware than they were previously about the Ashaman, their numbers and their strength, and
that's true.
All of them seem to have some kind of plan, to have some kind of an alliance / bond them and compel them.
And control them. Everybody wants to control all the Ashaman.
Like the Reds in the tower who are like, all of the Red sisters will take 80 Ashaman
Tarna
each
and Pavara were like,
we're the only ones who can handle them.
We know how to deal with men.
Oh my gosh.
This will go well. There's no way this is going to backfire for anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're still just sitting in our little complicated web.
Yeah.
It really hasn't gotten so much more complicated.
No.
Except for the Egwene stuff.
Sure.
That just got slightly more complicated.
Let's talk about the next book, because I'm kind of done talking about Crossroads.
Okay, cool.
I'm done with it.
Yeah, done. Good.
We did it. We're here.
Sure.
Besides the fact that Moiraine is 100% showing up next book.
Yes.
What do you think? What are you hopeful for? Advancement of plot lines, conclusions of plot lines. What do you want to see happen?
I want more Forsaken.
Okay.
I want more Forsaken, and then I also want more Forsaken to die.
Okay.
You know how this book...
We really got to start picking them off again.
Yeah. You know how this book should have ended? Some kind of crazy, unexpected Moghedian Nynaeve battle.
Oh, yeah. That would have been good. Okay.
Just to,
Okay. Well, we're not playing around anymore with the Forsaken. Like, Moradin's in control, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey, guys, we're in the end game now. Like, we got to start getting our things together here for, the end of times. The last battle's coming. We all know that.
Yes.
So you want to see more of them?
Yes. More Forsaken.
More Forsaken.
In any context.
You think we're getting the end of the Perrin and Faile, where's my wife?
Oh my gosh.
Plotline?
I certainly hope so.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. I said yes already, didn't I?
I just want to... This is what I'm going to listen back to.
Oh, no, you know what I said yes to? You know what I said yes to?
What?
I said yes to the tower split wrapping up.
Oh, is that going to happen in Knife of Dreams too?
Oh, I already said I would.
Okay,
all
right.
So now
it on the
with
list.
The Shido stuff. So, okay, here's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, the Shido plot in Knife of Dreams will wrap up, but the tower split stuff will not.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Yeah.
We could drag that out one more book.
Oh, 100%. That's dragged out.
Because like Egwene's in the tower?
That's dragged out always.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think...
I get it.
Never. It's never going to be done.
Okay.
And then...
Is Elaine taking the throne or not taking the throne?
Yeah, Elaine will have the throne. Okay. I feel like that's just like a simple one.
Okay, that'll happen.
That we're just kind of waiting for that to happen.
So far, okay. What is Matt doing? What's Matt doing?
Yeah, he's gonna marry the daughter of the Nine Moons.
Next book?
Oh, you have two. No, well, yes, yeah.
Okay.
If we get
Keeping in mind that this is the segment that I'm gonna listen back to when we're doing the Knife of Dreams recap.
I know.
So
I know. I'm aware. Well, okay. So my thing is, Rand was just informed that he is to meet with the daughter of the Nine Moons.
Yeah. Ooh.
And so what happens if, like, Matt's married to her?
Yeah.
And Rand goes for that meeting?
I feel like that would be better, because he's got a guy on the inside, right?
I'd say so.
Okay, well, Rand I'm saying it and you're saying, what's Rand going to say?
I don't know. He's kind of crazy.
I'm going to kill your wife.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's a truce, though, right? Like, it's supposed to be a truce.
It's supposed to be a truce.
It's a truce. Yeah.
It is supposed to be a truce. But I'm hoping...
Is it going to go good or bad? Are they going to truce? Are they going to truce up?
I'm really, really hoping that some of this Damane stuff can maybe be like, maybe not settled, but discussed.
Like, we acknowledge and we're going to work on that?
We're going to acknowledge that this is bad.
Sure.
And I'm just thinking that maybe there might be more with the whole Suldam also can channel.
Yeah, okay.
I'm hoping, you know?
Yeah, that or they're like, oh no, we have twice as many Damani now. Hooray.
Yeah.
It's like, I can see that backfiring terribly.
Yeah, but then who's going to control them?
Just so I'm sure they have some way to compartmentalize that.
Yeah, no.
You know?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
And then...
Knife of Dreams is shaping up to be an exciting book if all these things are going to happen.
I'm just waiting.
Like, holy moly, that's a lot.
Literally, if one of those things happen, it'll be a more exciting book than this one. So
yeah.
So here we go.
Okay. Are you ready? Because now officially, you can start Knife of Dreams.
I know, and this is the last book that Robert Jordan wrote.
This is the last one. Yep.
On his own, and wrote it.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. This is the last officially 100% Robert Jordan book.
I'm gonna savor it like I'm a Neilfin.
Yeah. Okay. The
like
savor. That's good.
Yeah?
Oh my goodness. You're getting deep into the fandom here.
I am.
Holy moly.
I know. I told you.
Okay. Now, a couple of things we do need to talk about, just because I know people are going to wonder how we're going to tackle Knife of Dreams.
Okay. Tell me. I'm curious.
Yeah. So here's the thing. From now until the end of the series, a lot more things are going to have to be discussed.
What does that mean?
There's more to talk about. So we are going to slow down a little bit, just in how many times we do double chapters versus single chapters.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And
you are also finishing your master's degree, so we're going to have to slow down on the double chapters for a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to take it slow.
Yeah.
So
I'll be done soon.
Yeah.
I'll be done soon.
Yeah. I'm going to release a schedule on Discord. But
I do have a lot coming up in the next month. So
now here's the thing: we're still going to have our regular releases on like Tuesdays and every other Friday. Like that's not changing.
Yeah,
it's just how many chapters per episode are we covering? Because that's going to mean we have to do less notes if we're only doing one chapter versus two.
Right. So it's just less prep work per episode.
Exactly.
Just for ease of our lives, and then we can reevaluate and see how that's going partway through.
So just bear with us, and we're gonna have a lot of fun because I probably would say that Knife of Dreams is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, book.
Oh, cool.
It's a good one.
You're excited for it.
Oh, I'm so excited. The fact that we're even here is a little bit crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Because, wow. And it's hard for me because back when we first started this whole podcast thing, keeping spoilers and making sure I don't say anything, it was way easier at the beginning because everything's a spoiler, so don't talk about anything.
Yeah.
You don't know anything, don't say anything. But now, there's more behind us than there is ahead of us in a lot of senses.
Yes.
So now it's like this weird middle ground. It's
and there'll be some times where I'm like, have we met this person? And you have to, before you even say anything, you go right to the computer and you search before you say anything just to make sure.
Well, but it's also a fact of what's in the compendium, what's online versus what actually has happened, because those resources aren't 100%. So I check my own notes.
Yeah.
On what we know.
Right.
So
yeah, you have kept very thorough notes.
I don't trust anybody.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And last, this is really important too. So, New Spring. Yes. As the prequel novel, publication order, the New Spring prequel novel was released after Crossroads of Twilight.
And before
Knife of Dreams. So, we are not going to reread New Spring because we've already done it. We're going to move right into Knife of Dreams, but moving forward, anything that happens in New Spring is fair game to talk about.
Which I'm still going to be hesitant to do, but
here's the thing.
We'll see how that goes.
There's not a heck of a lot that's going to be super relevant from New Spring.
Yeah.
In my opinion, there's not a lot of stuff that's actually relevant.
Yes, that's fair. And if you are reading New Spring in publication order, go check our episodes out on that. We did episodes. I think we did 7.
We did 7 because we did it really quick. There's about 30 chapters, but we did it in 7 episodes.
And it was short. They
Very
were short chapters.
Yeah. So even if you don't want to read New Spring, but you want to know what happened in New Spring, go listen to our New Spring. Yeah. We do a pretty good job summarizing. You'll get the gist of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
you're going to be fine.
Yep.
And you can just listen to those 7 episodes. It won't be too long.
Yep.
And then you can meet us back here for
Yeah,
Night
because
of
if you're
Dreams.
someone who wants to read New Spring at the end,
yeah,
go ahead.
but I gotta say, like,
Yeah.
it's going to be fair game from now on if I want to reference anything in that backstory. It's just, that's the way it's going to be because it's publication order now. That's
Okay.
what we said from
All right.
the beginning.
We should definitely make sure we mention that in the beginning of Knife of Dreams.
For sure. We will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yay.
That's
Done.
it. That's it.
It.
You can read 100 pages in Knife of Dreams because that's the prologue.
Okay. And how are we splitting up the prologue?
2 or 3 episodes.
Ooh, 2 or 3.
2 or 3. I haven't broken down the perspectives yet,
Right.
but you can read the whole thing because we're going camping.
Yes.
We did it.
Yeah, we're going. Yep.
Yep. And then I'll decide how to break it down later.
Like this week, though.
Yeah.
We should probably
I don't have
that.
it. I don't have it right now in front of me. I'll figure out if we're doing 2 or 3 episodes.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thanks for sticking with us through Crossroads of Twilight. I feel like I need to say that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope that we made it more fun and interesting and brought to life, like, who are these people? Why is this important? And maybe helped along the way. There's a lot of people who stopped at book 10 and never finished. And so if we helped even like one person keep going, that's the goal. So, and as we say around here, it's part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted and edited by Dani and Brett. Produced by Dani and Brett, with Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jonathan Reese, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Jared Berg, Ricky Morissette, Lance Barden, Charlie Haz, Adam, Hannah Green, Marta Thier, and Michelle Forbes. With music by Audionautics. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you're interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merch as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of this recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show, and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. And as always, please be sure to give us that 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference helping people find us. And if you put your Instagram or Twitter handle in your 5-star review on Apple, we select reviews at random to send people some exclusive merch as a thank you. So be sure to do that so you can grab some cool stickers and bookmarks. Be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.